Alright, so in this video, I'm going to discuss the El Salvador CBI, the different steps that you need to take in order to get this citizenship. It's a straightforward process outline. Okay. Towards the end, I'm going to discuss, or rather, I should say, in the second half, I'm going to discuss if this makes any sense. Are there going to be any takers? Should you even be looking at this program? I'm going to give you my take on this citizenship. All right, let's look at the three-step procedure. First is initiation, right? You register on their online portal. They've created a new one. You pay $1,000 in Bitcoin or USDT to start your application. They're then going to do some preliminary assessment on your background based on the information that you have provided. If your background is clear, let's say you're not a criminal, then you will proceed to the next step. You will get notified via email that you have been approved, and you should now make the payment right on their payment portal. This is where you pay the $1 million. That is the cost of this citizenship. So you've paid the 1,000. You're going to pay the remainder in BTC or USDT. Easier said than done. Once you complete the payment, you are then going to receive a visa. This is called the Freedom Visa. Okay. Once you get the visa, you have official residency. You can receive your visa by post, or you can collect it inside of El Salvador. Once you have the visa in place, the next step is to apply for citizenship. The sad part over here is that there's no time frame indicated. The assumption is that it's going to be pretty quick because they're advertising this as a freedom passport. So visa might be the preliminary step. The second step is collecting your passport. Now, I feel this is all, and this is my personal opinion, this is not immigration advice or anything. What I personally feel, this is a big joke by Nayib Bukele. He has been doing this in the past as well. He suddenly announced a Bitcoin citizenship out of nowhere. That didn't go well because there was no mechanism. He didn't clarify anything. He just said, okay, there's going to be 3 Bitcoins that you invest and then you get a resident. First, it was citizenship, but then I think that was confused with the residency. So it was a residency, but then it wasn't a residency after it all. He then mentioned that he has to update the constitution. There has to be some constitutional amendments which are required to then award citizenship. What about the dual citizenship? What about keeping the citizenship if you're away from the country for 5 years? So all of those constitutional updates, there has been no mention about them. So what happened? Has he been able to successfully update those or not? We don't know. So that's the first thing. The second thing is the price tag. Now, this may be an attempt to portray this country in good light, right? To put it at par with Malta, which it clearly isn't, right? Because the El Salvador passport is not as strong as the Malta passport. So there's clearly no comparison. I think a couple of things that Nayib Bukele is getting wrong. And by the way, don't get me wrong, he's a great president. I like him as a person, as an individual. He's doing a lot for the country, more than anyone has ever done before. So in that sense, he has done great for El Salvador. But my personal opinion is that he's gotten a few things wrong. One is the way he handled the initial launch, the Bitcoin citizenship buzz, okay, not following up on that with any tangible next steps was, I think, disappointing. The other thing he did was heavily kept investing in Bitcoin, some would say at the wrong time, but then that has slightly not worked out that well, right? The Bitcoin has crashed ever since he kept investing in it. The third thing I feel somewhat of an issue is that he created this whole Bitcoin payment system. He made Bitcoin as the second currency. But do those apps really work as intended? Do those ATMs give Bitcoin? So without all those features actually working from inside the country, do you roll out such ambitious projects is something that concerns me a bit, right? If you look at the ground level reality, yes, it's a legal tender. Yes, you're supposed to buy everything using your app. You're supposed to get Bitcoin from the ATMs as and when needed. But in practice, There have been a lot of issues that have been reported. Do I think this is going to run? I don't think this is going to compete with any program. The actual price of this citizenship should have been 200K or 225K at most, because this is much better than any of the Caribbean citizenships. Obviously, this is not anywhere close to, let's say, Jordan or Malta, nowhere close. So in that sense, I think this is a flop program, and this is my own personal opinion. There's going to be hardly any takers for this kind of citizenship. If he wants to get serious with this, I think a couple of things that Nayib Bukele should focus on. One is making it cheaper, making it more serious. Let's say 200K would be the best price point for this. And secondly, those constitutional upgrades or provisions that he mentioned about updating, he should make some steps towards that, right? Clarify with public, give them some confidence that, the citizenship is going to last. So that's the second thing. And third and final thing, this whole fast track to citizenship has to be clarified immediately if he is serious about, because all these things, they work with a big bang. When you launch them, people are excited. There's that initial buzz and excitement. If you kill that by not providing serious information or being serious about this, then it quickly dies down. So that this is where I think the third step, if this passport is going to be instant or not, has to be clarified. All right, let me know in your thoughts in the comments what you think about this whole citizenship program. Do you think it's a serious attempt by Nayib Bukele, or this is a copy of the previous buzz that he created with that Bitcoin citizenship by investing 3 Bitcoins in the past? All right, make sure you're subscribed to my channel so you don't miss out on any of the latest developments and updates in my analysis. And if you aren't subscribed, make sure you're subscribed and hit that bell notification, and catch you in the next one.